Wolves, Lakers tonight. You may have just talked me into that, J-Mac. You are a little bit of a ticket broker. You've got your finger on the pulse of what's happening in Los Angeles.
Austin Reeves locking down Anthony Edwards.
I'm kind of interested to watch that.
Worth the price of admission.
I'll have to sit behind the T-Wolves bench, though.
Oh, because of your boy Finch.
Yeah. It's I could ask J.J. Redick for tickets.
Are you guys close?
I mean, he knows who I am.
Damn, there's a flex.
That doesn't mean he's going to give...
Don't you know who I am, damn it?
No, I mean, J.J. Redick's got... I'm not going to ask J.J. Redick. He's got a little on his hands right now, but Luka's situation, and that story cracks me up. Luka Doncic. That whole idea that the Mavs are now leaking it, that he likes hookah. Everybody likes hookah. I mean, unless you're like a social conservative, which most people in L.A. aren't, but who doesn't like hookah? If you've never been to a hookah bar in New York, go. It's a good time. J-Mac with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Well, let's start with the Matt Stafford situation with the Rams, still up in the air. His reps did give him a chance to speak to other teams about a trade, and that's why we're hearing a lot of scuttlebutt. However, Sean McVAy wants to make it clear he wants Stafford with the Rams.
There's no dispute, and let's not get it twisted in regards to anybody wanting him to be our quarterback. Now, there's layers to it. And as you try to put together the puzzle for your football team, you have to be able to say, hey, how do we continuously build? How do we support him? How do we make sure that he's getting, what is his worth relative to those things?
Yeah, they want him. I don't think there's any question. The hard part is that I'll go back to this. Go back to that Philadelphia Rams game. They played him as well as anybody.
Wow.
They played him as, come on now. That final drive, they were...
But are we paying people for what happened in the past, or
no.
are we paying for the future?
Well, no, but I mean, here's the thing. I think the Rams are really close. And you're not going to be really...
What, a Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, I didn't see that coming.
I mean, I have them in the NFC West Championship next year.
They barely got into the playoffs, man.
Oh, boy. If you remember in the first 6 weeks, their offensive line was in shambles.
They had injuries. It took some time to
So,
gel.
I mean, not much injury. They had the dreaded cluster injuries, which basically knocks you out of the playoffs. I mean, they had like cluster injuries at wide receiver and on the offensive line for 6 weeks. And we're a play from the NFC Championship.
See, here's my big issue. Stafford is due to make $27 million this season, Colin. Look at the numbers on the screen without him. You remove Stafford. I think there's a big mistake. Now, I'm not Mr. Let's pay everybody $60 million, but let's not act like the billionaires can't afford a little luxury tax bill and,
No, the Rams can afford him, and the reason they can is they're not paying anybody on defense. They're not paying...
So why aren't they paying him?
Well, again, that's like saying, well, why doesn't blank company pay the sportscaster anything he wants? They made $700 million on the Super Bowl. There are layers to everything. You don't want to get into a situation where you don't get a good enough right tackle because you can pay him a little bit more. I mean, they're called negotiations. It's and the Rams have leverage here. They're well run.
Oh, really?
Oh, of course they do.
The Rams, the team you just said that was a contender with Stafford on the doorstep, they have leverage?
Okay.
If Stafford walks out the door, Colin, they're done. They're not going to the playoffs.
If Aaron Rodgers walks in that door, they're a playoff team. In fact, I will say Aaron Rodgers or Stafford, they win the division. Both those quarterbacks, Rams win the division.
You're so bullish on Rodgers. I mean, 10 games with the Jets. Irrelevant games against bad teams.
Well, guess what? Half the league's bad. So you're going to play plenty of those in L.A.
There's a report here added that the Rams are comfortable with Jimmy Garoppolo if they move off of...
Jimmy Garoppolo gets you close to the playoffs. I don't know if he gets you in. Their defense is so talented and so good and so young. Go look at the Rams' defense from week 8 to week 17.
Excellent, yeah.
It literally was arguably the best defense in the league. Look at what they did to Jalen Hurts in the playoffs. He threw for 65 yards. They had no passing offense.
It was good. They bottled up your guy Darnold in the
Oh,
they that was easy money, by the way. The Rams, that was a lock city. All right, let's move on to the next story, Colin. The NFLPA recently released their annual team report card surveying 1,700 players. And bad news for my Jets. Woody Johnson was the only owner in the league to receive an F. Only one. Regarding the grade, the NFLPA said the players cite perceived top leadership issues, some describing issues as top-down problems, and a culture of fear. Gotta love that one. Adding, rather than addressing concerns, players believe that management responded to feedback by making conditions worse. Oh, dear. Last year, Woody and the Jets got a B-, and now they fell to an F. The NFLPA said the Jets cut their food budget after receiving low grades in 2023 and didn't retain their longtime dietitian. Colin.
What did Woody Johnson's kids get? What did Brick get for a grade?
This is a team I root for. It's pathetic. Gosh,
Yeah.
It stinks.
It's not that hard to treat people good. I'm not saying you have to treat everybody great. It's not that hard to treat people well. Arizona, what did their owner get? Another lousy grade. Like, it's not that hard to get a B as an owner. I don't need you to be an A owner. Again, I don't need the world's best facilities. I think that stuff's overrated. I want my teams to have an edge. I don't need the glossy. Miami apparently has great facilities.
Well, wait. I didn't want to jump all over your Tyson thing, but Tyson was on the come up. He wasn't a heavyweight champion of the world, right? He was on the rise. These are pro athletes making millions. Your quarterback's making $50 million. You can't be giving him prison food. That's stupid. This is your investment. You're paying the players.
No.
And you're going to fire the dietitian?
I would give my guys good food. They don't need filet mignon. I'll give you good food.
What do you want to give them? Top sirloin? Well done? Come on. Who are you? Jeez.
I'm not a big believer. Players get pampered as it is with their contracts, the agents. Nobody wants to offend them. They get it's like we don't need another layer of you get anything you want. If I have good facilities, if I have a good owner, we treat them well, I'm okay with it.
Let's remember, this isn't 46 weeks a year or 48 or whatever a real job is. This is seriously July through December, January. That's it. You can't pony up for 6 months to hook your guys up with a great sauna and a hot tub and food. And
you're making it sound like the Jets don't have a sauna and hot tubs.
The Jets, well, we've heard stories about the Bengals, but the Jets players should be going to work acting, oh my gosh, I'm just walking into the Ritz or the Hilton or whatever awesome hotel it is. That's where you want your guys in the right mindset, getting pampered so they're ready to go out and kill and maim on Sundays.
Yeah, I think good is fine. You think it has to be excellent. My takeaway is if you treat them well and it's good quality, that's good enough.
Yeah, you should go sit in 23E in economy on your next flight. Good seat. It's a good seat.
I wish I sat in a seat that nice.
Final story is Kevin Stefanski's on the hunt for a new quarterback. Now listen to this. This is a little strange. Yesterday at the Combine, Stefanski said the Browns will use every avenue to find their franchise QB, but added he's impressed with the class of quarterbacks, saying this is a really good class from top all the way through. That's not what we're hearing from literally everyone else. We're hearing there's two good quarterbacks. Colin, is Stefanski doing some misdirection here? Do they not want a quarterback up top? They are hyping Travis Hunter, by the way. I'm starting to have second thoughts on Cleveland nailing this pick.
Well,
this should be a layup. Take Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders.
Mel Kiper once told me, don't believe people at the Combine or the week before the draft. You just have to be careful about. If you look at all the prospects, I would say this.